It's time to dig into the legalese of some of the big stories that people are talking about right now.
And attorney Lauren Lake and host of Paternity Court on WLNY TV is here to sort everything out for us. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Glad to be here. Back, I should say.
Yeah, as always. All right, good. Now, the big story, the New Jersey teenager who actually tried suing her parents because they didn't pay for her, college tuition is now back at home. So was this actually ordered by the court?
Look, she needs to be ordered by her parents. I have talked about this case ad nauseum because I truly believe these parents may not have been guilty of any type of abuse, but guilty of bad parenting in the sense that you have got to set boundaries for your daughter, and she needs to be back at home, and they need to rework their relationship with an understanding that they are the parents, she is the child, we make the rules, you follow them.
Preach,
that's the way it goes.
Preach. I love that. So now, do you think that this is a sign that the family made amends and that they settled everything out of court?
I'm hoping so. As a family lawyer for almost 20 years, we all, as lawyers, as judges, we want families to work it out between them, because ultimately the communication that it takes to work through issues is what's going to sustain you as a family and grow that bond. So I'm hoping they're there together working through their issues and just trying to be better after all of this drama.
Now, should this case have even been dismissed? I mean, right away, or?
Look, this is a case that should have never gone to court. And I have to say, it disappointed me that, this young girl could find a lawyer, that would take these billable hours and convince this young girl that your parents suggesting that you're not allowed to have a boyfriend because, look, you have abused that privilege by staying out all night. Can someone say the parents were abusing her? And then, look, I'm not going to live in the house, but I still need you to take care of me like I do. That is ludicrous.
Absolutely.
And, I think we're setting a bad precedent as we see, young people. Look, we all have issues with our parents.
Right, but don't try to take them to court. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
You got to know.
And we don't even need young people to think that's a viable option.
Exactly.
You're an adult. You're responsible for your own actions.
That's right. Well, now there's a story in the news today that we're talking about. Katz Delicatessen, it's suing a food cart over the use of their name. And they're very upset about the fact that they're selling similar items that the deli is selling. So how strong do you think this case is?
So, in situations like this, I'm sure the plaintiffs feel like this cart is taking advantage of our goodwill, our name. I mean, I think they've been in business for over 100 years.
It's not the exact name, because
it's not the exact name, but the point is, what they feel like it's substantially similar. There's enough similarity to where it could confuse the consumer that we are selling the same items, the same goodwill that we've built for generations, and their point is that's not fair. This will likely have to be hammered out in court. This is not, or either settled out of court, even better.
Right.
But if they are in fact doing that, the food truck, I haven't seen it nor have I eaten there, that could be problematic.
Absolutely.
Because people's name, likeness, trade name, everything they built up for their business, there's a value to that.
There is, and you
can't attach yourself to it without paying.
That's right. Okay.
Exactly. Let's talk about last year, the big George Zimmerman trial. Now, Roseanne Barr actually tweeted out during the trials about the parents' address. So George's parents' address was tweeted out, and now she's being sued from the parents. I mean, is that literally...
We've become such a litigious society, and this is, this is my problem with this. Again, these are all issues. You can bring a lawsuit if you want to. But here's a man that literally has killed an unarmed teen in his complex, so we already know where you live, George. And secondly, continues to take advantage of the media, whether he's signing autographs, which disgusted me, or what have you. So I think there comes a time when we need to lay it to rest. In my opinion, he needs to go somewhere to sit down. His parents need to follow him. They need to leave well enough alone.
Well, but wait, now let me interject here, because now Roseanne claimed that she tweeted out the address of the parents by mistake. And let me remind you that George didn't live with his parents at the time of the trial.
So the point is but didn't he take refuge with them at some point?
After the fact,
so there was information as to where he was staying at that point. So the actual physical address, how do you tweet an address by accident? I'm not sure.
Well, Twitter says that, again, that's not legal, because you cannot tweet any unauthorized information.
Well, this is my point. And so these are things that, like I said, a litigious society, it can be hammered out in court. But what I truly feel like with the information and the publicity surrounding this case, some of that information is so easily accessible that I think that ultimately, if, I just don't think it needs to be a lawsuit. I really do. I think at a certain point, this whole situation with George Zimmerman, his parents, go sit down somewhere and know that you dodged the bullet of going to prison for life for killing an unarmed teen.
Yeah.
And call it a day.
There you go. All right. Well, Lauren Lake, it's always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
And we also want to remind everyone, don't miss Lauren on Paternity Court Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. right here on WLNY TV. Thanks so much.
Thank you.